Hey basketball coaches and players, today I am going to give you the 1-3-1 half-court press defense. Let's get down and let's check this out. Okay, so first what we are going to have is one player up top, and personally, even though this is a half-court press, I personally really like to have him just on the other side of half within that logo range. And then from there, we're going to have three players in the middle and then one player in the back, creating a safety. And of course, this is why we call it a 1-3-1 if you are a beginner coach or player. From there, what we're going to have is player one, and his main goal is to force the ball handler to either pass or dribble towards the sidelines. At this point in time, what we are going to have most likely is going to be two players back here on the offensive side and three players up front. Most likely. This is usually how it works. If it's not like this, usually instead you'll have two players and then a player sitting in the middle trying to get the pass. That is usually what happens. But let's just go back to the standard, what usually happens, which is the three-man up front. What we're going to have is, of course, player one putting some pressure on the point guard, and that point guard is either going to dribble or pass over to player two. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, he passes it. Player one is going to follow. Player two is going to be staying back just a bit from the half-court line. We're going to have player five shift over so that if there is a pass to player four, he's able to cut it off. And then player three is going to then move down just a bit to cut off any passes going over to this side of the court. Now, player four is going to be covering the middle just like he obviously was before, and player two will then try and go and dribble up the sideline. And this is what we are really trying to do. And in a half-court press, what we want, or at least what I want, is to trap the player right at half along the sideline. And how we're going to do that is player one is going to force player two over, and then player two, red, is going to jump onto him. And we're going to be then having player four covering the middle, player three covering any deep pass, and player five covering any pass over here. Now, because he's trapped at half, he cannot go back over half. He obviously cannot run out of bounds, and if there is two players who are stopping his forward progression, then he is trapped, and within a couple of seconds, depending on your league, I've seen it anywhere from 2, 3, and 5 seconds, then you now have the ball because he has turned over the ball. Now, if, for example, instead, we have player one who is trying to force player two towards the sideline, but instead he dribbles back towards the middle, what we want to see happen is now player four come into the middle and cut off player two from going up the middle. Now, this could be a charge, and I've seen that happen a few times, but usually what will happen is player two will then pass to player three, and player three is going to then try to attack that middle. What I want to see happen is now the defense needs to shift. And what I'm going to see now is player 4 and 1, they are going to be switching positions. And player 4 is going to then run around player 3. And player 1 is going to take player 4's position at half. Because player 3 is going to try and force player 3 blue over towards that sideline. And with player 4 sprinting around towards that side, they should be able to trap along that sideline, keeping player 1 in the middle, player 2 covering the back, and player 5 covering the side. You should be able to trap that ball handler at half. Now, some crazy facts about the 1-3-1 half-court press. You could run it as a full-court press as well and alternate between different possessions, having a half-court 1-3-1 and then a full-court 1-3-1. What you can also do is this actually fits extremely well into my Unbeatable basketball defense, which you can purchase down in the link down below. It's a fantastic book about a great defense that's really helping a lot of teams win a ton of championships, so make sure to go check that out. I hope that this video has helped you win more games as a coach and as a player, but also I hope that this defense helps you be able to win more games. Anyways, I'll see you guys again next time.